Hello! Today we're going to take a journey back to the year 1991 to explore a mysterious disappearance that remains unsolved to this day, a case that still puzzles many. This is the disappearance of a young girl named Nana Sakuma, which happened in Chiba Prefecture, Japan. Before we dive into the details of the case, let's first learn a little about Chiba Prefecture, where the story unfolds. Chiba is located in the southeastern part of the Kanto region, with a population of over 6 million, ranking 6th among Japan's prefectures. It is an important part of the Tokyo metropolitan area, with its capital, Chiba City, situated southwest of a major seaport in the Kanto region along Tokyo Bay. The main character in our story, Nana Sakuma, was born in 1978. She lived with her mother and grandmother in an apartment in Otaku, Wakaba Ward, Chiba City. Because her parents divorced when she was young, Nana grew up surrounded by the love of her mother and grandmother. She was smart, lively, and well-loved by everyone around her. In 1991, at age 13, Nana started 7th grade at Daiko Junior High School. She quickly made friends and regularly played with them after school. However, one weekend evening, something unbelievable happened. On Saturday, October 26, 1991, right after finishing her midterm exams, Nana went to a friend's house early in the morning. Although they had played all day, Nana wasn't satisfied and wanted to continue playing into the evening. She told her friends that her mother was working the night shift and wouldn't be home, only her grandmother was at home, so her friends were welcome to come over. In the late afternoon, 4 friends rode their bikes to Nana's house. Her grandmother was there, but due to her age, she went to bed early after dinner. The 4 friends gathered around Nana's TV, watching an evening show and joking around, playing games. Time passed quickly, and before they knew it, it was midnight. The group was still very excited and wide awake. Not only that, they began to feel hungry since Nana's mother wasn't home and her grandmother had gone to sleep. No one had prepared snacks, and Nana's house had no treats. This made the group a bit disappointed, but the 4 friends decided to go out to buy snacks at a convenience store. Since they were all together, they walked out. They quickly arrived at the nearby convenience store, but it was closed. At that time, 24-hour convenience stores weren't common. In Otaku, where Nana lived, there was only one store, which closed at 11 p.m. By the time they got there, it was already past midnight. One friend said she knew of a 24-hour store in a nearby area called Og. Let's look at the map. Here's Nana's house in Otaku, and here's the 24-hour store in Og, about 4.3 kilometers apart. The group thought walking that far was too much, so they went back to Nana's house, grabbed their bikes, and rode toward the 24-hour store in Og at 12:30 a.m. The 4 friends biked down a main road, just going straight north. Since it was late, there were no pedestrians or cars, only a few faint streetlights lighting their way. A storm had passed a few days earlier, so there were scattered stones and broken branches on the road. The 4 friends had to ride carefully. At 1 a.m., they arrived at the convenience store in Urata. They bought some snacks and started back to Nana's house. Maybe because it was late, the girls suddenly felt scared. They stopped joking and talking and subconsciously sped up. As they reached Route 126, some trees had fallen during the storm, and branches were still scattered. Nana was riding ahead near an intersection. She looked back at her 3 friends. At that moment, not watching the road ahead carefully, Nana accidentally hit a tree branch and fell off her bike. Her friends quickly got off their bikes and ran over to check if she was hurt. Just then, a strange man appeared behind the girls. He stood beside a billboard with his hands in his pockets, looking somewhat angry. He loudly shouted at the girls, "What are you girls doing here?" The girls were startled by the sudden appearance, looking at each other, frozen and unsure what to do. The man quickly stepped closer, stopping just a few meters from them. He claimed to be a security guard of the area and said, "What are you kids doing out here? It's illegal for anyone under 16 to be out past 11 p.m. without an adult guardian. Normally, I'd call the police, but I'm willing to hear your explanation." His tone was firm and loud. Hearing he would call the police, the girls got scared, realizing they might be in trouble, and looked down silently. The man pointed at Nana and said, "You, come with me." Terrified, Nana didn't resist and quietly followed the man down a small side road nearby. Before leaving, he seemed to remember something and turned back to say to the other 3 girls, "You should go home early." Then he was about to take Nana away. Just then, one of the 3 girls found the courage to ask, "What about the bikes?" The man didn't turn around and replied dismissively, "I'll take care of them with a truck." The 3 girls watched as the man and Nana disappeared into the night. None of them had ever faced such a situation before and were very scared. However, they believed the man who claimed to be a security guard, thinking Nana had just gone with him to explain and would come back soon. The 3 friends got back on their bikes and headed home. When they arrived at Nana's house, they realized only Nana had the keys. The 3 stood outside, unable to get in, even though they knew Nana's grandmother was inside. Since it was very late, they didn't want to disturb her rest, so they waited outside, hoping Nana would come back soon. Time passed until 3 a.m., and the 3 girls had been waiting for an hour and a half. Nana still hadn't returned. The longer they waited, the more they felt something was wrong and grew worried for Nana's safety. One girl finally spoke up, asking, "Do you think Nana might be in danger?" This was exactly what they had all been thinking. Suddenly they realized they never questioned the identity of that strange man. What if he was an imposter? What if Nana had fallen into the hands of someone dangerous? The more they thought about it, the more scared they became. Just then, 2 male classmates happened to pass by Nana's house. The 3 girls quickly stopped them and told them everything. Hearing the story, the boys realized the seriousness and insisted on alerting Nana's family immediately. They knocked on Nana's door and told her grandmother what happened. The grandmother immediately woke up, then hurried to contact Nana's mother, who was working overnight. Together, the mother and grandmother began searching from the spot where Nana parted ways with her friends. They focused their search on the small side road nearby, but found no sign of her. At 4:20 a.m., convinced that something bad had happened, they went to the Higashi police station in Chiba Prefecture to report Nana missing. The police immediately launched an investigation. Nana Sakuma, 13 years old, was the missing person. After receiving the report, police questioned the 3 girls, the last people to see Nana. The place where Nana was taken by the strange man was an intersection on Route 126. She was led down a narrow path surrounded by tall grass and thick trees. This path led to an auto repair garage, which was closed and locked at night. Further down, there was a white fence at another intersection leading to a residential street. Police searched thoroughly along the path, checking homes and questioning people nearby, but found no suspects or clues related to Nana. No neighbors heard strange noises or screams early that morning. Though there were many intersections, the incident occurred around 1 a.m. when few people were out walking or driving, so there were hardly any witnesses. No surveillance cameras were on the roads, making it impossible to trace Nana's movements and complicating the case. The three girls described the man as about 40 to 50 years old, around 1.55 meters tall, wearing a long-sleeved striped shirt and black shorts and a black knit cap. He was stocky with a round face, long eyes, and reddish skin. When talking to the girls, he kept his hands in his pockets and spoke firmly. Based on their statements, police created a sketch of the suspect. They printed flyers with his image and Nana's information. Nana Sakuma, 13 years old, 1.52 meters tall, 42 kilograms, with a mole near her left eye, looking older than her age. Police and Nana's family distributed the flyers at train stations, shopping centers, and crowded places in Chiba, hoping for leads. Over time, some witnesses contacted police. One said around 1:30 a.m., shortly after Nana left her friends, a driver saw a high school girl walking with two men near the intersection, about 260 meters from where Nana was taken. Another said that around 4 a.m., they saw a girl and a man walking leisurely toward a nearby residential area called Sendai. From this, it's thought that after going down the narrow path with the man, Nana returned and headed north. But beyond that, no further information was found. The man never contacted Nana's family, leaving very few clues and stalling the investigation. This case sparked many theories about the man's identity. Some say when the girls asked about the bikes, the man said he'd use a truck to take care of them. The fact he said truck and not car might have been a slip, hinting he worked with trucks or was a truck driver. One theory is that the man drove a truck to the scene that night, felt tired from driving, parked in a hidden spot, and went for a walk to stay alert. He saw the group of girls, pretended to be security, approached them, then chose Nana to take away in his parked truck. Since he was just passing through, no locals recognized him. Nana might have been taken far away. Others think the man was a wandering vagrant who pretended to be security to lure Nana. But if so, he took Nana into a narrow, isolated road. If he intended harm, he could have acted there, but he didn't. Witnesses say the man took Nana toward the Sendai neighborhood. It seems he wanted to bring her to a fixed place, maybe his home. Otherwise, he wouldn't risk leading her down a busy road. After 4 a.m., no more witness info was found. Maybe he took Nana somewhere secluded. But this theory is suspicious because the man was only about 1.55 meters tall, a very distinctive trait. If he was a local vagrant, someone would recognize him, but no one did. Another theory claims Nana was kidnapped by North Korean agents. Whenever someone disappeared without trace, this theory arose. It suggests Nana was taken from Chiba through Tokyo, Saitama, Yamanashi, Nagano, Toyama, then put on a ship to North Korea. Rumors say North Korean agents operate along this secret route, kidnapping Japanese citizens and taking them to North Korea. Near Route 126 in Chiba is close to this secret route. Also, the man's behavior as a security guard seemed very familiar with local rules, something an ordinary person wouldn't know. This fits characteristics of some agents. But this theory has many suspicious points. First, the girl's presence there was random, and stopping was accidental because Nana's bike hit a branch. If it was an ambush, this wouldn't make sense. Also, the man only took Nana, not all 4 girls, making this theory hard to believe. Others think the man was a thief nearby that night. He pretended to be security to hide his identity, and took Nana possibly to rob her, but this theory is doubtful, as there were no factories or big residential areas nearby where a thief could lurk. Also, the man carried nothing and kept his hands in his pockets, making him look unlike a thief. Some say the suspect's sketch looks like a criminal named Osamu Lakami. Many thought he was the strange man that night, but Osamu was arrested a year before Nana's disappearance, so he couldn't have been there. Therefore, the man who took Nana was not him. In 2006, 15 years after Nana disappeared, the statute of limitations expired. But Nana's family and friends never gave up searching. Her mother often went to a temple called Tokoin near their home to pray. This temple has a long history, dating back to the Heian period. Now Nana's mother has returned to her hometown, where Nana once lived, but no one lives there now. Still, her mother keeps paying rent on the old house, sometimes coming back to turn on the lights and open the windows as if Nana were still there. She always hopes one day her daughter will come home. Nana Sakuma's disappearance remains a mystery, bringing ongoing pain, especially to her mother, who keeps the old house and holds on to fragile hope. This case is a sharp reminder of life's fragility and the hidden dangers children face. Looking back, opinions differ on Nana. Some say she was too naive and trusting, easily lured by strangers, and that neither she nor her friends verified the man's identity, showing a lack of caution typical of young teenagers in a complex society. Trusting strangers can lead to tragic consequences. However, others argue it's unfair to fully blame Nana. She was just a 13-year-old child, at an age when curiosity and playfulness outweigh life experience and caution. Her actions are understandable in that context. Back then, public awareness about safety was generally low. Trusting strangers wasn't unusual, so blaming Nana completely is unfair. From any angle, Nana's disappearance is a valuable lesson for all of us, reminding us of the importance of teaching life skills, raising children's awareness of safety, and calling on the community to protect them. We hope someday the truth of this case will come to light, bringing comfort to Nana's family and helping us learn deeper lessons. Nana's story will always remain a haunting warning for us all. This concludes today's video. See you in the next one. Goodbye.